terminal. It's your host, the Dogecoin King. Let's start by hitting like, smashing subscribe, and turning on the bell notification so you'll be alerted whenever I post a new video. You can also go ahead and follow me on Twitter at the Dogecoin King. Let's go on and get started. Now, there's been tons of bearish sentiment in the market. I hope that you had heeded my warning before, when I definitely did mention that these types of things do happen. We are not always going to be on an uptrend. If you take a look at the 5-year chart, Dogecoin practically has flatlined for years until it finally started to move. In the last 6 months or so, we've been seeing a lot of price action. Although we are in a bearish time, I myself am rather bullish. Of course, the Dogecoin King. However, if you took a look at the charts, it looks like we might be, as long as we continue to hit some support around the 30 to 33 cent range, all we need is a catalyst, and I believe we're going to shoot straight up there, $3. Now, if everyone in the Dogecoin community is hodling coins and others are getting into the space and buying coins, yes, there will be sellers, people taking profits, people moving their money from one exchange to another. Now, there are exchanges such as Gemini. It's attracting a lot of attention with their interest earning. Folks are moving their money out of Robinhood, trying to get to Gemini. People are now able to purchase on Coinbase, and they're wondering what to do with their Dogecoin. They probably, if they are a little bit savvy, will be sending them on over to Gemini. I've been doing so myself. Since the last video, when I mentioned that I was going to look into Gemini, I did look into Gemini and I actually found it to be a very suitable exchange, and it has offered me 2.25% return on my Dogecoins, and within the last 30 days I've already received somewhere around 50 coins, which is amazing. If I had them anywhere else, they wouldn't be earning me anything. So something is better than nothing. Let's definitely appreciate that. Dogecoin, it's been seeing tremendous amounts of coverage on the internet, and that coverage is primarily coming from Twitter. I'm seeing things on Facebook as well, and all of the different groups that they have, and there's a lot of hope that we will see a Dogecoin Ethereum mixture. I don't really know what that's like. I really am a bit hesitant to jump on that bandwagon without a little bit more information. Reason being, one great benefit to Dogecoin is that it has very, 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 very low transactional fees. And that is definitely a really strong market point for the cryptocurrency. You know, you're moving this thing around often, you don't want to be charged a ridiculous amount of fees. So that's something to definitely take into account when it comes to Dogecoin, anytime that it has really low transactional costs. If anyone ever asks you about Dogecoin, what is it? You know, that's something that you would want to be able to inform them of. Now, when it comes to the Dogecoin and Ethereum mixture, Ethereum is a decentralized app, currency, blockchain. You know, it's a lot going on when it comes to Ethereum. It's not as simple as Dogecoin, and the fees for conducting operations with Ethereum can get rather pricey. I have seen fees well over $200 just to convert Ethereum to Shiba. Now, that in itself will drive people away from purchasing, people away from selling. I kind of don't like that because it freezes the market, and markets are supply and demand. The supply is there, but when there cannot be demand if there's no buying and no selling. So it's kind of like the stock market's breakers, but just applying it financially. So that is something that I would love for folks to comment on. Let me know what they feel about what I just said, what kind of thoughts they have around that, any thoughts that they have around Dogecoin and Ethereum, and let's spark a conversation about that, because that's something I would love to know more about. We definitely have folks that are developing and pushing for Dogecoin to be updated and brought up to speed as far as scalability and things of that nature. I'm not going to really get into the computer technical parts of that, but that is definitely something to keep your ear out for, especially from Elon Musk's. He's definitely the forefront when it comes to Dogecoin. Definitely is someone who is just a complete Dogecoin enthusiast, and that's someone who you should also follow on Twitter if you do not follow him already. So that's my little mix about the Dogecoin and Ethereum. I definitely feel Dogecoin is going to the moon. Now, as far as folks like yourself who are watching this video and you're wondering where your portfolio is, where it's going, now whether you have 500 Dogecoins or 5,000 Dogecoins, or 50,000 Dogecoins, right now is an accumulation time. We've hit an all-time high of 74 cents, and we have seen within a calendar year a Dogecoin that is less than a penny. You don't want to chase things, yes, as they run up. You want to purchase them when they run down. For at least a month now, we've had prime opportunities to be accumulating coins. I hope that's what my viewers have been doing, if that is what they want to do. I'm not a financial advisor, and I'm not advising anyone to purchase. I'm just giving what my opinion is around that. If you're someone who's wondering about their portfolio of Dogecoins, and they're seeing online people tell them that they're going to be buying Ethereum and waiting until Dogecoin goes down to be able to now purchase more coins, that is not the right way to go about trading. In my opinion, you're starting to trigger taxable events. You cannot time the market. Picking the bottom is extremely difficult to do. I've had times where I've gotten lucky, or I've had a feeling and I purchased something or I sold something, like Tesla for example, at the perfect times. I'm talking about buying the low and selling the high, and that is extremely difficult for the average investor to do. I believe that Doge is a long-term position, and there are many taxable benefits to holding Dogecoin for over a year, which I've done. And what you get to see is, instead of making, say a big trade and you have, a sizable amount of tax, let's say 30% on what you made from selling within the calendar year, great. You know, you've earned yourself some money. However, you've triggered a taxable event, and depending on what you do with those funds, you may or may not lose coins. If the price goes up after you sell, that can easily, it's happened to me before. So be very careful when wanting to trade that way. Very volatile. And oftentimes the trade window, in my opinion, is too long. When you sell those and it takes, you know, hours to crash or something like that, or goes down really steady, or it goes up and then goes, you know, it's that trading like that within a 1 cent window, unless you have hundreds of thousands at least amount of coins, that type of trading is, I don't see the point in it. Once you have those for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and you've stayed with it through all of those spikes, and you've made all those insane gains after years, I'm talking 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, we're looking down the road. So right now we're looking at 2026, something like that, and then you decide to take your profits then, and now you're being taxed 15% once on all of those gains. So that is definitely something to consider when you are deciding what you want to do with your Dogecoins. You know, I feel the same way about, to be honest, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, Tezos, Coin, Shiba. You know, I'm accumulating these. It's not that I would not make money trying to trade these assets, but that is why I came around to deciding to start moving more into staking. That's why I actually love staking, because being more like a day trader is very difficult for most folks to do. And you know, I really feel as though the staking is a better way to, you know, earn passive, because to be honest, folks should not be taking money that they can't afford to lose and investing it in cryptocurrency. I would advise folks to never take out loans again. I've said this before. Don't borrow your friend's money or your parents' money or grandma's money to buy cryptocurrencies. You know, I know you see a lot of people over the last year making a lot of money in crypto, but you can also see that there's people who lose money too when they buy high, and then the price starts to take a turn to the downside. And that's pretty much my take on Dogecoin right now. Yeah, there's news that always comes out, but there's nothing that really I feel is worth just diving into here, because to be honest, you should be doing your research as well, seeing what articles are being posted on CoinDesk. But as you can see from the event with the Coinbase listing, there is really nothing that is going to drive Doge, apart from possibly, and I really think he's losing his steam, Elon Musk. And I really think that he's losing his tweet power, because he does tweet often. So folks are starting to become, you know, desensitized to it. Their response is becoming less and less. The FOMO is becoming less. You know, you can see things like Pokemon and Digimon and all those when they came out, and there was the hysteria around them and people went crazy for them, and that lasted for years actually. So, you know, take that into account too. That go crazy for Pokemon lasted for years. So, Dogecoin is just in the beginning. It could do the same exact thing. But there, with everything, is a point in time where it starts to lose its hype. I mean, the value is definitely in the utility, but you don't see as much excitement in price action when you're discussing utility. You see more stability, steady rise. When you back up and not look at the daily or the weekly chart, when you back up and you look at the monthly, the yearly, the 5-year chart, you start to see, that those folks who bought and held are the winners. So we're going to move on, and we are going to discuss the Shiba Inu coin next. I want to discuss this coin because there are tons of people who still do not know how to purchase Shiba. Let me tell you, to purchase Shiba, what you're going to do is, if you purchase it how I did, you're going to purchase some Ethereum on Coinbase. Then you're going to download an app. The app is called UniPro. Okay? After you download UniPro, you're going to click on Uniswap. So go into the App Store. And I also noticed that folks who have Microsoft phones have a different process in doing this. So this is for people who use iPhones. You're going to download UniPro. You're going to open the app. You're going to click Uniswap. Then on top you're going to hit Trade. And from then, you're going to look down and you're going to see a button that says Connect Wallet. Once you see Connect Wallet, you will click Open in Coinbase Wallet. And what that's going to do is make this screen come up, and it's going to load really quickly if you're on a good Wi-Fi, and you're going to see a dark colored swap interface. You're going to see ETH, and underneath it you're going to see Select Token. You will click Select Token, and you will click, after clicking that, SHIB. You may have to hit import on SHIB in order to get the software for SHIB so that you can do this. If you see it say import, hit import, and you click SHIB. And then you're going to the box that says how much Ethereum do you want to spend. 0.1, 0.5, 1, whatever you're looking to spend in Ethereum, and then the app will convert it to you what amount of SHIB you will receive for that. After you put that in and you enter the amount, you're going to see the blue button update. Once the blue button updates and you click it to make the transaction go through, it's going to come up and tell you that there are minor fees. You will see what the minor fees are. It could be $2, it could be $200. It depends on the time and how much load is on the Ethereum blockchain, but that's how it is. When the demand is extremely high and a lot's going on with Ethereum, the minor fees are ridiculous. So, purchase like when I do, when things are not so hot, it's a bear market, no one's really talking about SHIB, and it's not all hyped up right now. Minor fees like $3.71. Perfect time to load up on some SHIB. And SHIB, now that you've been able to, get some information from me on how to purchase it. If you do, that's on you right now. SHIB costs, let's take a look here. Right now, SHIB costs 0.000007 of a penny. That is like nothing. Right now, you can buy so many SHIBs that if it ever goes to $1, you would be rich. At one point in time, over a year ago, you could say the same thing about Dogecoin. What is something that I can purchase that in my lifetime could make me rich? I don't make a lot of money, but the upside to this thing could be wonderful. SHIB. I only am attracted to it because of the price. It is a meme coin. It follows Dogecoin. I'm all into it being a donation type of thing. But as far as value-wise goes, if in my lifetime I ever hit $1, I'd be a happy person, and anyone else who purchased Shiba Inus would be as well. There is not much for me to say about SHIB. Other than that, so that's how to get it. That's one way how to get it, and get it, and you hold it in your Coinbase wallet and see what happens. Now, so now we're going to discuss Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now is $33,000, and that is definitely a great price for folks to get in. The all-time high in Bitcoin is 64,899, which we hit April 15th of this year, 2021. So pretty much it's about half the price of what it was back in April. My take on Bitcoin is that, boring Bitcoin is extremely valuable, and if you continue to buy, $50 a Bitcoin a week, $100 a Bitcoin a week, whatever you can, and just leave it to the side, you'll be happy in the future once it accumulates. And I've heard all kinds of analysts throw out all kinds of numbers, but even if it hit $250,000, and you'd be a happy person. So continue to accumulate Bitcoin. You might be someone who is all Bitcoin, especially now where there's tons of feds putting out stimulus packages and printing a lot of money and inflating their economy. Right now is a great time to hedge against that and buy Bitcoin. If you want to preserve your wealth and you live in a country where the inflation is just unbearable, Bitcoin is something that you would want to start taking a look at. Let's see. Now, Cardano. I love Cardano. I learned about Cardano. Really, I heard BitBoy speak about Cardano a lot, and I was so focused on Dogecoin Bitcoin and Ethereum that I just never really, I also like Stellarium and Sidecoin and stuff like that, but I kept hearing BitBoy speak about Cardano and Monero, and I never got in on those, but until now, I mean, I have gotten into Cardano about a month ago. Cardano right now is trading for $1.55, and I must have gotten somewhere around here, somewhere around $1.50. I haven't been in Cardano for any longer than a month. I sent those to Kraken, and I'm on Kraken staking Cardano. I'm pretty happy with that. I just have a couple hundred coins, but we'll see where it goes. From what I see, it has a tremendous amount of potential to change Africa, and as you know, Elon Musk is from Africa, South Africa, and there's tons of sunlight for, I don't know how they mine it, but mining, so that wouldn't be an issue, I believe, too much with energy and solar power if they were to start doing that. Now the technology is really interesting, that hopefully people start putting their social security type of setup on the blockchain, running on Cardano, pretty much the citizen running on a blockchain. I feel as though that would be very unique. It's a great thought to have of what can the citizen be on the blockchain. Imagine if on the blockchain your social security, your height, your weight, your name, date of birth, we're all on the blockchain, and on Cardano's blockchain, and this followed you through your whole life when you were born, and it's a system that the government is running, where you go and you put your eye up to the eye reader, scans your eye, knows who you are, knows basic necessary information to help you enroll in classes, in college, financial aid. It does things like, tell you how much tax bracket you are in, and helps you to authenticate certain things, getting a vehicle, to authenticate getting in your vehicle, to use your vehicle. It takes your fingerprint and your eyes and the facial scan when you get in, and your car is also on the network, on the blockchain, and there's so many different ways that you can go with this. And you're in a different country, and you take out your phone, you validate yourself through the network, and you say, I want my mom to be able to drive my car for the week, and all of a sudden your mom, without having to do anything, because it knows your family tree and everything, so it goes, it picks up your mom, gets all her info, goes to the car, your mom goes, she opens the car, she turns it on, she uses it while you're on vacation or something like that. I think that the blockchain technology is very interesting, and there's tons of places that it can go. Now, all these coins that I say that I like, they're great because for each different reason why I like them, but the technology that these things are built on, I feel just has a tremendous amount of potential, especially when you start discussing robotics and the future when it comes to robots, and what that is going to entail when you go to Starbucks and there's a ton of robots in there, and you know, the way that they transact with you, how you spend your money in there, you know, all the back-end network stuff that's going on. It's just amazing to think of how cryptocurrency and artificial intelligence are going to make our lives so much more seamless. You know, I've seen robots that are being taught to cut hair and, you know, cook food and all of these different things that are going to be probably on some kind of blockchain or something. You know, you buy a really nice robotic kitchen cook, and a new recipe comes out, and that recipe, for example, is running on Cardano's blockchain or something. I'm just using this as an example. I hope that I'm using this in the right way. If someone knows more about Cardano than I do, please, you know, if I sound stupid, go ahead and, you know, inform me in the comment section. But, you know, let's go back to what we're just discussing, where we have a computer cook, robot cook, and this cook at this point, you know, gets an alert that there's a new recipe, and it shows the recipe to you, and it asks, do you want to pay 20 Cardanos, you want to use 20 Cardano coins to purchase this recipe. And you hit purchase, all the data of how to make it is uploaded, and because the machine is also on this network, and, you know, say an app, or, you know, a group of apps or something like that, you know, all food related apps, and you know, because let's go into the app store right now and just type food. So I'm going to go into the app store and type food, and already there's, you know, all types of food delivery, but I'm sure, you know, food recipe. I see tasty, epicurious, yumly, recipe keeper, cooking recipe keeper. If all of these apps, although separate and individual, uploaded their feedback and all that to their to the blockchain, just someone uploading a new recipe and getting a bunch of upvotes on it or something like that, all of a sudden now you're getting an alert in your kitchen, you know, that there's something that you might like. And that is a tremendous amount of value, marketing ability. It's taking us and connecting us even though we're not connected. If you understand what I'm saying, you know, you have a community around the app, people who love food, who love to cook, and, you know, they discover a new recipe, and, you know, they put in all the ingredients, and they probably, at this point, they may not even have to type in all the ingredients or whatever. They just speak to their Alexa or whatever it is, and all that information is being captured right there on the spot. So, you know, instead of them having to, you know, send you a push notification or be an app that's buried in your phone that after you download, you don't use for months or years or whatever it is, you know, this now becomes useful again, because you're being mined for your feelings, your emotions, your thoughts, and it's being shared around the world for everyone else to benefit. You know, so it doesn't really necessarily what coin, XLM or anything of that nature, Coin or, you know, Shiba or Dogecoin or Bitcoin. You know, when you peel back the layer of what that coin or token costs right now, you start trying to understand the technology, you're in a much better place. That's all I'm going to leave with you guys for tonight, is food for thought. We're not going to go over any technicals or anything like that right now. I don't feel as though my viewers are ready for that. We'll maybe do something like that in the future, but at this point in time, I just want to start conversations so that people will start to develop more knowledge around the cryptocurrency space. So if you're still watching, thanks. I appreciate your time. I love all my viewers, all the comments, tons of folks starting to follow us on Twitter. Welcome to the crypto terminal. Please go on and send me some feedback. Now hit the like button, smash subscribe, and turn on the bell notifications if you have not done so already. Make sure to follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram at the Dogecoin King. You can also type in the crypto terminal, and that should pull up the page as well. Go on and have a great night, folks. It was wonderful talking to you guys again. God bless you all. Peace.